Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick review for my budget from the first week of October. So I didn't show you guys my every dollar budget when I budgeted at the beginning of the month, but this is kind of what I use throughout the month to keep me accountable, whereas my rent and things are more of a summary at the end of the month. So one thing that has changed since we last spoke is that even though I have cash envelope categories and I do fully intend to use cash for them, I don't have a bank account at a bank in my area that I can get cash out of without needing to pay an ATM fee. And I was actually near a bank that I could have gotten cash out of this past weekend, but it didn't even occur to me. I completely forgot because I had a lot of other stuff going on. So in the future, I do plan to use cash, but so far I have just been using my debit card and recording it accordingly, which to me is okay. My biggest struggle generally is actually recording stuff. And actually tracking stuff, and I have actually done that, so I'm proud with that at least. So let's just sort of go through. Looking at my income, we can see what I planned for from my main salary. I haven't gotten yet. I'm expecting to get paid around the 15th of the month. Sorry if you can hear my cat running by like a lunatic, but yeah, I'm expecting to get paid around October 15th, but I'm not exactly sure when that will be, and I'm not exactly sure how much, so this is just sort of an estimate. But yeah, I haven't received that yet. So I did add down here what I was starting out with, which was basically the amount that I had made absolutely sure to save for myself to pay my bills that I needed to pay at the beginning of the month of October, which for me is my rent, which basically includes my rent and my Wi-Fi, and water and trash are all included in that as well. So I did put that amount there. That way my every dollar budget would truly be an every dollar budget, and it would make sense, and it wouldn't just be all over the place because I wasn't certain on this number. So I did get paid from Etsy. I consider this my October Etsy money, even though it's everything that I made in September because it gets deposited into my account at the beginning of October. So my one little shop that like I put basically no effort into, and I just kind of let it sit there and see what happens. I made $3.13 on last month, and my decal shop I actually made almost $100 on, so that was awesome. And then I got another graduation gift that was $25, and I actually have another check that I need to deposit. That was a graduation gift that I just haven't gotten around to depositing yet. And then I did have some other sources of income. So I have started using Airbnb, and I have made so far this much on it. I did have a person stay right at the end of September, so I considered that October because it didn't make it into my account until October. And then just this past weekend I had another person stay, so those were those amounts. And then this other, I'm almost positive, is from selling stuff on Poshmark. And I have sold several other things on Poshmark. I just haven't transferred the money over into my account just yet. I'm pretty sure that's what that was from. Of course I didn't note it, but I'm pretty sure that's what that's from. So that was unexpected money that I didn't plan for in any way, so that's been really nice. Coming down to what would be my cash envelopes, but like I said, I didn't end up getting cash out. I actually haven't spent any money on groceries last month. I did kind of a stock up in about the last week of September, so it didn't impact my October budget, and I did pick up a few things yesterday, but I was spending time with my mom when she went to this discount store near her house, and I just went with her and I grabbed a few things, and I was totally intending to pay for them myself, but we got to the checkout and she was like, "Oh no, I got it." So, I'm trying to pay off my debt, so of course I let her, and I'm so grateful for that. So I'm not expecting to need any groceries this week either, actually. So I think I will do pretty well and be under budget for grocery this month, which is exciting. Eating out, I ended up spending way more than I expected to. Let me see if I can click on this. Yeah, so last week, one day after work, I did grab Burger King. It was a night that I needed to basically clean my whole house because I was semi-unexpectedly having that Airbnb guest come, and my house was not tidy, and I just needed to tidy it up. So I wanted a quick dinner, and I had a really great day at work and kind of wanted to reward myself, which is, I know, super silly, but the Burger King in my area has veggie burgers, so it was super nice. Got to stick with my vegan eating and also get a little treat. So that was that. And then actually just this morning I bought breakfast for myself and a few friends. I basically had hash browns because that's like the only really vegan option that they have there, and a drink, and got food for my friends. That was this morning at McDonald's. And then last night I went out to dinner for sushi and hibachi with my best friend and her husband, and they were going to pay for my dinner, but I felt bad, so I just paid for it myself. I know that they'll, what goes around comes around. Sometimes we pay for each other. Sometimes we pay for only ourselves. So this time I paid for myself. It ended up being more expensive than I would have liked to spend, considering we're only a week into the month and now I only have $30 left to spend on eating out. But, all things considered, I do still have a good chunk of money left in my slush fund and Unbudgeted. So if it comes down to it, I can dip into there if I need to eat out. But hopefully this will just force me to not eat out, which is even better. Then on into our slush fund. I actually have a bunch of things in here that I just forgot about putting on the budget. One of them is Ipsy, which is something that I treat myself to every month. I might cancel it. I'm not sure. I've only gotten a few so far, and I really like it. It's only $10, and you get way more than $10 worth of beauty products, which I enjoy. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I'm not sure about that. I also did get my eyebrows waxed this past weekend. And then last week I went to Dollar Tree, and I needed some stuff for one of my Etsy shops. Like envelopes. That's where I get my envelopes. The size that I use, that's where I can get the cheapest ones. And then a few little things to try out craft-wise to sell in my shop for Christmas stuff. So that was that. I'm not upset with myself about that. And then my Audible membership, which I spelled that wrong, I completely forgot about. So I just took it out of the slush fund, which, I mean, it's a luxury, so it can stay there. I'm fine with that. And then Stitch Fix. Somebody gifted me a yearly Stitch Fix subscription. So basically they send me clothes and I don't have to pay for them to send them to me at all. The person that gifted it to me paid the $50 for the annual membership. So there was something in this box that I wanted to keep, and the amount that that person paid, $50, was able to apply to the item that I wanted to keep. But it was $19 more than that amount. So it was like $69, I guess. But I love it. I'm super excited about it. I can wear it for work, not at work. I'll be able to use it fall and all winter long. So I am excited about that. So I spent some money there. And I will go ahead and link my Stitch Fix subscription referral in the bottom. And if you use my referral link, you will get $25 off, like $25 free credit, and I will also, so feel free to check that out if you're interested. Moving right along, Unbudgeted. I totally forgot to budget for my Etsy shop fees from the month of September, which came out to $10.45. It really irritates me that they literally deposit money into my bank account and then the next day send me an email that's like, your shop fees are overdue. Like, why not just subtract it? And I think they are going to start doing that, but for now it drives me insane. My rent, I did pay. We'll go ahead and add that on there because I have paid this. Expense, $16.99. Rent, Wi-Fi, etc. because it includes several other things. And then that came out of my starting out money. So we'll track that. I did get my electric bill, but since I just signed up with this electric company, they tacked on a $200 deposit fee, which I can contest and I'm going to. So I haven't paid it yet, but my electricity is going to end up being about $64. So that's cool. That had been less than I budgeted for. And then one thing when I did my October budget video that I completely forgot that is a substantial expense is my dog walker. I pay my dog walker is $15 an hour, and they come for an hour every day that I work, or almost every day that I work. If I work a short shift, like less than 8 hours, I don't have them come, but that's very rare. So I totally forgot to put that in my original budget, and so since I didn't plan for it at all, I'm just going to leave it blank, and it's going to be an over budget item this month. And then these two bills haven't come up yet. Student loans. Some weird stuff has happened with my student loans. This is what I'm planning to pay. I was expecting my monthly required payment to be around $400, but I called my loan servicer, and guess what? My stupid school, which I've already graduated from, as in I have my diploma hanging on my wall. That's how much I've graduated, and like I'm working using the degree. Apparently, according to my loan servicer, they still have me listed as enrolled until 2022, so I can't officially start paying my loans. If I was going to do forgiveness, this would matter to me because you have to make so many payments. Like, you have to make, I think it's 240 payments before you can apply for your forgiveness, which obviously I can't start making official payments until I am in repayment mode rather than listed as enrolled. But for me, since I'm paying it off as fast as possible, it doesn't actually matter. I can still pay money onto those loans, and even though my servicer and my government won't count them as an official payment, it doesn't matter. I hope that makes sense. Since I'm not doing the forgiveness, I don't need it to be counted as an official payment. I just need the total amount of my loans to decrease, which it will if I put money on there. So I did call my school and get it taken care of. So hopefully soon I should be making quote unquote official payments. But until then, I'm just going to throw, as I always plan to, whatever I can at those loans. So we'll see what that ends up being. And then down here, my sinking funds, I haven't put any money in them yet either. I need to open a online savings account. That's what I'm planning to use for my sinking funds rather than having cash in hand. That way they can accrue a tiny bit of interest, rather than, sitting in my house and accruing none, and also having the risk of, like, what if someone breaks in and steals it or something crazy like that. So yeah, I have those plans for my emergency fund. And then those plans for my sinking fund. And then I also am planning to, instead of doing a $1,000 emergency fund like Dave Ramsey tells people to do, I'm going to do a $2,000 one. This is just a personal choice because to me, having $1,000 in the bank is not enough security at all. It's not even 1 month of rent and bills for me. So let alone, like, what if I need rent, bills, and I have a medical bill, or my animals have a major medical issue. That's just not enough for me to know that I won't need to use a credit card, which is the point of having the emergency fund, is so that if something comes up, you can reach there rather than reaching for a credit card and going further into debt. So for me, that just makes sense. I'm going to sort of address this when I get to the end of this month and make sure that I have money getting into this emergency fund, and then everything that's left over will go to my loans. So that's kind of where I'm at. Overall, it's a little hectic, as life always is, but I'm very, very happy that I actually have been tracking this. Almost shocked, actually. So that's awesome. Yeah, and I guess I will see you next week for my next check-in. Have a great day. Bye.